No, on the, I think just now was already quite well elaborated already.
I'd like to share another slide with you, if I may.
Sure.
Okay, let me go to this slide. Okay, can you all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in Buddhism, we have this particular phrase, it's called Ehipasiko. Ehipasiko literally means come and see. It actually works on this particular sutta. We call it the Kalama Sutta, where the Buddha said, don't just believe, investigate. Don't simply accept what you hear, all right, even though it's uttered by me. Don't just agree, verify, all right, even though, and find that it's good, praised by the wise. So just now when you ask, how do you know something is good or not? The Buddha actually gave this sutta called the Kalama Sutta. He says, if somebody tells you it is true and it is revealed to them, you have to ask, tradition, again, is that tradition true? Is it correct? Is it suitable in our context and time? The fourth one is scriptures. I'd like to share a very interesting experience with you. Once a Hindu friend of mine actually brought a Buddhist book taken from a temple, and it shows various places of rebirth. You know, in Buddhism, we have 31 planes of existence, and it shows hell. And then in the book, it also says that if you go to the Buddha statue and rub on his face, you will become handsome in your next life. So and if you paste gold, you know, like in the Chinese temple, they like to paste gold on the Buddha statue, and say if you paste the gold leaves on the Buddha statue, in your next life you will become rich. Now the question is, are they true, or is it false? And sometimes it's also even given by the monks themselves and the scriptures.
Doctor is right.
Okay. All right. In the Buddha scripture, in the Buddhist scriptures, we never said the Buddha said. When after the Buddha's passing away, Ananda was actually asked to, because he was the closest to the Buddha, he was asked to recite back what the Buddha has taught. And he used the word, thus have I heard. He didn't say, the Buddha told me. He said, thus have I heard, meaning to say, whatever that is mentioned in the scriptures, later scriptures, are actually what the monks heard. And that's why they use the word past. They may be wrong. So we have to be very careful about even Buddhist scriptures. All right. So again, there is also another one I like to go is it is by expert or authority. You have to be very careful. For example, in Burma, there was one monk who said, go and kill the Muslims. I'm sure you heard of that, isn't it? That the monk actually announced, and in the, if I'm not mistaken, when a monk says, go and kill the Muslims, do you think the monk is correct? So even a monk can be dangerous because the monk has mentioned to kill, whereas the first precept say you cannot kill for any reason. What more kill another fellow human being? So if you believe a monk, you can actually kill based on that belief. So even monks, you have to be very careful. Even though he's actually, when he said that, he was actually taken off from the monkship. He was punished because he was actually breaking the precept. By telling people to kill the Muslim, he was actually breaking the precept. So he was actually taken off, but it was never reported. So you have to be very careful. So in Buddhism, we say, be careful what you hear and what you read. Don't just believe. So we have this idea of test. So how do you know whether something is correct or not? These are the qualities. When they are skillful, they are blameless, praised by the wise, regardless of who, whether it's a Christian, praise. And if it is done and then it leads to welfare and happiness, then that action is considered as correct. So we actually have a criteria for what is good and what is bad. It's not that there is no criteria at all. There is. So even if they say, I heard it from somebody, somebody revealed it to me, you still have to go through all this process. So if these processes are fulfilled, then only you can say that is truth and that is good.
All right.
I answered the question.
Yes, almost. Okay. I've already shared the FB link. So you can share to the WhatsApp. Probably got half an hour or 45 minutes. Those who are watching, they can ask question now.
Okay.
I forgot that there is one thing for future topics that I want to do after we finish the second part until the Islam one. So the third one probably we can go deeper, because I think I like about Buddhism, even Baha'i, they have. I'm not sure about Hindu or Sikhism, but in Islam also the same to me. The same concept. You have to investigate the truth. You have to get the evidence. At the end of the day, they must. To me, the religion must make this world a better place for everyone if everyone follow. That's to me probably the benchmark for me lah. You cannot be saying that the religion is good for me, for yourself. The religion is supposed to be good for the humanity, the whole humanity. But what I have problem, sorry if I can disagree with you, Dr. Wei, we can go deeper on that. Let's say if being a monk is so-called good for you to attain your ultimate objective of life, your purpose of life, to achieve nirvana. Technically speaking, everyone should be a monk. Because for you to be human, for you to get married, for you to eat nasi lemak and McDonald's, you also run the risk of, clinging to your desire, and you have the chance to continually reverse and whatnot.
Yeah.
For you to really achieve that, you better become a monk. I mean, probably you have more duty to meditate, to whatever. But you and yourself, if I with apology, but if everyone want to achieve that nirvana, to me, technically speaking, everyone should try to achieve to be a monk, so they can achieve that nirvana. I mean, that's an easier route to get to achieve nirvana. But when everyone, everyone become a monk, they celebrate. So basically, the world will become extinct in the sense that no one get married. No, there will be no Dr. Ui, there will be no Brother To in that sense. I mean, the truth is, if everyone practice that, every single one of us practice that, become a monk, achieve that nirvana, the world become extinct long time ago. Forgive me. I mean, if I may. Otherwise, in certain sense, the monk also depends on the larger population for them to achieve their nirvana. To me, to a certain extent, a bit selfish. I'm sorry. This is, the view from people like me.
Brother To, would you like to answer?
Yeah. Okay. Of course, when Encik Shahrul put this analogy or assumption, of course, is not possible for everyone to do that. But I think for at least most of the people who is not a Buddhist will not actually do that. Even Buddhists, a lot of people also will not do that, because they say, I still want to enjoy my material thing, my nasi lemak. Now, and back to the question, if based on that assumption, if everyone become a monk, then population will be extinct. But actually, what we say is, not everyone need to be a monk. You can actually cultivate and as a lay person as well. So in fact, that won't happen, because at least we know that other not Buddhists will not like to achieve nirvana on that basic understanding.
But don't you think that to a certain extent, you also depend of non-monks or those who cannot become a monk for your own, salvation, or for your own nirvana?
Maybe I would like to add.
Yeah.
I like to add that. You see, what Encik Shahrul you are trying to say is ideal state, which
I just said
in the world will never happen. It's just like some Buddhists even say, if everybody becomes vegetarian, if everybody becomes vegetarian, then no animals will be killed. The first precept is kept. But the problem is this will never happen, because all of us will have different levels of spiritual development. Like, it's impossible to have everybody in the world to become Muslims, everybody in the world to become Christians, everybody in the world to become Buddhists. It's impossible for that to happen. Why? Because we are living in a very unsatisfactory world where everybody has different levels of spiritual development, different expectations. So to say that we must become a monk to achieve that. Yes, in Buddhism, we have this. Like, for example, when we do our meditation, and if let's say we have our Buddhist activity, we have the last part of activity, what we will practice better. In the next life, we will become a monk. In the next life, we can achieve nirvana. So we actually have an aspiration, but because we are at the level, like we say, Buddhism is like education. We are now at kindergarten. So maybe next life, we go to standard 1. Next, another life, we go to standard 2. Until one day we reach PhD level, which is nirvana. So we are not afraid that at this moment we are not, but we have the aspiration. Like recently, I'm actually attending a Buddhist course, and this Bhante Nyaninda actually said, all of us, when we do our good deeds, we must make an aspiration that one day we will achieve nirvana. But in order to achieve that, we have to progress very slowly. For example, although we say the first precept is ideal for most Buddhists to become vegetarian, I'm not a vegetarian because I have not reached that level of I can let go of meat. But it doesn't make me guilty that I'm a bad Buddhist. It's just that I'm an improved.
Okay.
This is what we are trying to say.
Okay, I get your point. Okay, there are some many questions as well, some comments. Okay, for those who are watching, I have already put a vote for next topic, interface topic. You just click the link. There is a Google form, Google survey, about 10 questions. You just ask, you pick the question that you want to go. That we're going to do that after the 5th of June, basically the final of our second part of this sharing session on all the religion. Next week, got Protestant and humanism or atheist, and we got Islam. After that, you choose your own topic, what you like. These 3-4 weeks, then we'll go into that. We'll go deep. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Of course, Dr. Wee, this is hypothetical, and this is normally the philosopher like to ask. Of course, in ideal situation, if all people do good things, that would be, hypothetically, this is the philosophers always argue, even though it's not possible. But if everyone do that, technically speaking, they can get into that. If that is the truth, everyone should aspire to do that. Just like, Ananda Krishnan say, your son, you go first lah. Papa go later lah. I got business to attend. No.
Yes.
Or Ananda Krishnan can pass that to me. I got things to. That's okay. Of course, there is also this is I hope that Buddhism encourage the person not okay. It is helpful that Buddhism encourage a person not only accept. Okay, thank you. I don't quite understand at this time, but there is also a question, especially one is like you said, Buddhism is not more like philosophy, a way of life for you to get that Buddha or
happiness.
Peace, happiness. Everyone is I think living human being, they try to achieve that. In their own ways, we try to be happy as whether we really happy or not, I don't know. But what everyone can claim, they are happy. But I think if you're happy, like if Dr. you're happy, like say I'm happy to be around. I want to make people to be happy. I share the happiness.
Yes, correct.
In a polite way, in that sense. Oh, I forgot. It's just that there is this Hasmit Charles asking, you don't believe in the Creator God. I think you also comment on the Baha'i when they said, because what happened, because Buddha doesn't really believe in the Creator God. To me, if philosophically said, if you don't believe in the Creator God, how do you derive the bad and the good and bad? It's a bit, it's become very subjective until you cannot say whatever I'm doing is wrong. So that's become a problem because we live in the shared world.
Remember the Kalama Sutta just now I showed you?
Yeah.
So the criteria is there.
Okay.
So like what Brother Toll mentioned in the beginning of this sharing, he says, there are 4 questions you ask. Does it bring benefit to you?
Yeah.
Does it bring benefit to others?
Okay.
Does it harm you? Does it harm others? You can probably add in, does it bring benefit to you and others? Does it harm you and others? 2 more there. Meaning to say, for example, let's say you do something, you donate, you give money.
You're breaking.
Let's say you give money to a drug addict. You see that he's suffering, and because of your kindness, you give money for him to buy drugs. Is your kindness wise? It's not, because you are helping him to become worse. So you are not helping him. That means you are doing good, but your good has actually harmed that person. This is the criteria. So if let's say I donate money to you, if I donate money, it is a good deed, right? But if I donate money with the intention of getting fame, is it right? So I am doing good to others by donating, but actually I'm increasing my ego of trying to show that I am kind. I'm trying to bring up my image, which is bad. So it does good to others, but it brings harm to me because I'm increasing my ego. Or if let's say I do something like, for example, a robber, he robs. Is it good to him? It's good to him.
Brody, okay, wait. I got your point. Sorry, you're also breaking. There are some questions. May I know, Dr. E, your view on putting our pet to sleep? But before that, basically, it's anesthesia. Okay, that must be killing.
Okay. Very, very interesting topic, even in Buddhism. Euthanasia.
Okay. Okay, Dr. E.
Brother To,
okay. Before you answer him, you answer me first. let Eddie. Because you have not really. What was my okay? In this book, actually, they what they are doing, because they are basically the Buddhist society. They said there are many, even in Malaysian context, are very direct with you. About 700,000, I think Buddhists converted to Christianity. Okay. Because of whatever the missionary work they are doing and stuff like that. Some also become atheists. 16 become Christian and 1 become Islam. Okay, I mean, if we just for argument's sake, you say the Buddhism is more like way of life. As long as you can make good for you, good for the others. Let's say you give something without any intention or without hurting that person, and it can make this world a better place. Yes. If I have something like that, but on top of that, I do good because I believe I cannot be here by chance, by nothing. This is basically Asmit Chal, the question of the creator. Because some people say, even the atheists will argue, hey, which God? There are 10,000 gods. Each claim to be true. I say, my argument is, my God is the one that created me and this whole thing. And I will go back to him. But in the meantime, whether there is that creator God or not, I'll still do good things. I'll help other people, and make this world a better place, If I die, there is a God, and hereafter, I got 50% chance of going to heaven. If not, I'm still fine. I still, technically speaking, as a walking Buddha like you, I'm trying to do good. Yes. But still, I'm eating nasi lemak and McDonald's. I'm still cannot. Over to you. And please answer Eddie's question as well.
In like people say converting.
Yeah, converting, whatever. Yeah. They adopt the truth. I agree with what, yeah.
My mother actually is a Christian. Okay. Before she converted, she was a so-called Buddhist, but not a practicing Buddhist, but labeled as a Buddhist. So my mother, before she converted to be a Christian, she asked me this question: Beng, should I be a Christian? Now, my answer to my mother is, will being a Christian make you a better person? Will being a Christian make you a happier person? Will it bring more meaning to your life? If it does, go ahead. You see, like we say in Buddhism, it is not about the religion. It is about if I believe in Christianity and I can become a better person because I believe in Christianity, why not? If I become a Muslim and I can become a better Muslim and can become a better person and I can contribute positively to the world, why not?
Okay.
Why not? So that's why in Buddhism, we don't have this label of which religion is important. The thing is, if you believe in that religion, will you become a better person? That is more important to us. So the creator God issue doesn't affect us like Muslims or Christians, or even I think Hinduism also have a creator God, Sikhism also have a creator God. But in Buddhism, it's more of, will you become a better person with your belief? That is the most important question.